So as long as my comments pop up someplace.
That'll be the question. I gotta find out where they are now.
Oh, I see there was one up there that had, there we are, under insights. It says how many viewers we will have. Ah, we have people. We have people. It said we have people. Hello, people. Tyler's still pushing buttons here for us, so I can't see anything, but that's okay. I can still keep talking.
Things are just moving around now.
You know, you have to wonder when your tech guru comes down and taps a few buttons on the keyboard and goes, "Oh, that's different." I see Rosalie and I see Billy. Yay.
We're in business again.
We're in business. Yeah, Facebook is always live. That's the fun thing with live. It's like live stand-up comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, in a lot
You
of
know.
ways.
Gee,
All
what
right.
the
There you
what
go.
the heck? Thanks, Tyler. So, hi everybody, and welcome to a wonderful Tuesday. Obviously, some people are out there because I have a couple comments, and Tyler managed to figure out what buttons to push. So, um, we don't have any sort of announcements for you today because I didn't check with Leah, and she's been super busy today. Um, so I'm sure we'll catch up on anything vital. I know we're still trying to get some of our new classes scheduled. And just as a reminder, all of our old classes that have wound up are still available on video. So they're still out there for you to sign up for. So have you ever felt guilty going into the quilt shop and going, oh, I have so much fabric I don't need to buy anymore, or I don't need that gadget? Well, you can stop feeling guilty right now because I heard on the radio this morning and I did a little internet research, and it really was true. The Mayo Clinic, prestigious healthcare place out of the US, the Mayo Clinic has published a study that says that crafting of any sort, so sewing, knitting, crocheting, all that sort of thing, can delay or prevent the onset of cognitive disintegration or failure by as much as 30%. So the next time you want to go to the quilting shop and spend a little money and you're getting static from somebody about it, just tell them it's a whole lot cheaper than medication, and you're preserving your sanity and probably everybody else's as well. And that's based on a study by the Mayo Clinic people, published in the Journal of American Medicine. So I think that's a pretty good excuse to go shopping. So yes, now that was just an aside, but I thought it was worth sharing because I know sometimes we do tend to get a little bit of static about some of our purchases. So I have something a little bit different for you today, basically just a show and tell. But the way this all started, I was driving to work the other day and I was thinking about socks. I mean, I drive the same route every morning, get onto McLeod Trail on the south end and just end up at the store. But I have a thing about my clothing and the fabrics that I like to use. I like to wear 100% cotton if I can, or a very high cotton content. And trust me, socks for ladies with a high cotton content are really hard to find. I actually found some at a shop in the mall, so I went, yay, cotton socks. But I was thinking about how often we resort to buying our clothing, our garments, that is made offshore, maybe very well made, and we know that we can kind of calm our conscience by saying that we have managed to support a family in a third world country. But sometimes it's nice just to have that control over what we wear, over what we make. And so I thought what I would do is just make sure that everybody knows how much garment fabric we actually carry here at my sewing room. I know mostly we are quilting fabric. We're quilting fabric. So 100% cotton, 45 inches, 115 centimeters wide, and you know how many bolts of that stuff we have in the store. But it doesn't mean that that fabric can only be used for quilts. There is no reason why you can't use your quilting fabric to make garments, to make clothing, blouses, shirts, little girls' dresses. We were all familiar, hopefully, with Leah's peppermint swirl dress. She made, I think, 4 of them over the summer as she taught the classes, all done with the 100% quilting fabric. So don't discount that. I've used it for summer wear especially. And our quilting fabric comes in various weights. If you walk around the store and use your fingers, you can tell some is finer than others. Some is thinner, some is a little heavier, a little crisper. And it's a great, great resource if you want to make simple cotton garments. Even something like, Dawn's hung it off on the side here, a nice apron, or even a full-size smock that you can put on over your good clothes. Maybe you're gardening or you want to do some painting. Yeah, why not? But the weather is changing. Despite the fact that my little indicator here on the computer says it's 24 degrees outside, the weather is changing. So we have to start thinking in terms of fall and cooler weather. So we have just received, I just went out and I looked at this stuff and I thought, oh my goodness, flannels. Look at this. How many times do you go to the store, maybe Christmas is coming, and you want a nice flannel shirt, either for yourself, for your husband, for your son? There are some gorgeous plaid flannels, especially shelves of beautiful plaids. I grabbed 2 of them here, one in a blue, one in, of course, this is the red with a blue in it. Those cozy fall flannel shirts, and they're not that hard to make. If you're not aware of it, we carry here in the store 2 pattern lines. We have the quick sew. I've got some markers in here of some of the other things that you can do, but obviously your basic shirts out of a flannel, oh, so cuddly. And then our cashmerette patterns, which this is a little bit of a different system. These are mostly out of knits, but not entirely. And they are patterns designed for the fuller figure or the hard to fit. And they don't come as stock. They come as digital downloads. So we can print those patterns for you right here in-house so that you have those. Okay, some really cute designs in this as well. So those are the 2 basic resources that we have as far as patterns for making garments, but there are a lot of others. We carry a magazine called Sew News. So touches a bit on crafts, not so much on quilting, a lot on garment making. So tips and tricks and simple things. Isn't that a really cute little dress there, right there? So, and on the front cover of this one, denim. So yes, we carry denim. We carry denim in a variety of weights. We carry the softer, denim look fabrics like this guy. This is generally known as a chambray. I've got the pink one here. Dawn has put up the green one in behind me, right here. Okay. And they're often used more for shirts because of the drapability, but they go so nicely with the jeans, and they're 60 inches wide, so you don't need to buy as much. But so once you get your chambray shirt sorted out, denim, oh, obviously the traditional dark blue denim set up there. You could make yourself a pair of well-fitting pants. You don't have to resort to what you just find in the store. Lighter weight denims with prints on them. This one is soft enough that you could make a shirt out of it. Firm enough that you could make a skirt. A lighter weight pair of pants. It would be great. My personal, I was just saying to Dawn when she was setting up our display for today, my personal favorite when it comes to making garments is outerwear. I love the coziness of making coats and jackets and that sort of thing. So any of these fabrics, can you imagine making even a simple, where's my pattern? Oh, there, we'll pull it out. Make yourself a simple poncho or a wrap with a flannel lining and a denim outer shell. I think that would see us through a lot of the seasons that we end up going through here in Alberta. Look at this guy. There's one from the Quick Sew book right there. That would, and you could certainly line that with something else. Here's a few more ideas. Again, from the Quick Sew book. And if you'll notice that print one, now I can't say that the style of print they chose was particularly good, but you could easily make a comfortable cotton jacket, even quilted for warmth, that would see you through this fall season. So we don't have to resort to buying things that are made elsewhere, and then we get the fit. Have you ever bought those shirts or those jackets, and if you're like me, you got short arms? Despite working in the long arm, I have short arms. So every time I buy a full length, something with a full length sleeve, I have to roll that cuff up or take it off and reposition it, something like that. So when you make your own clothes, you don't have to worry about that. You get a great fit. And I know Leah has done her t-shirt class, and she may be repeating that. I'd have to double check with her, but it's been very popular because then you get a t-shirt that is designed to fit you, not all those other people out there. It's designed for your body and your shape. So chambray, denim, what else do we have? Well, we have t-shirt fabric. So we have actually a ton of knit fabrics in. So I grabbed pretty colors, nice hot pink. You've probably seen me wearing t-shirts out of this one. So solid colors and coordinating prints. This one is particularly fun. I'm gonna see if I can switch the camera feed on this guy. There it is. Look at that with the owls on it. That would be a great t-shirt, a nice pair of comfy lounge pants. You could wear the t-shirt out, come home, slip into the lounge pants, and be comfortable all evening while you sit and watch TV. Any of these lighter fabrics, your flannels, your fun kids print flannels, your knits and so on, are great for pajamas and for loungewear. Just be careful if you're making pajamas for children. Make sure you get fabric that is rated for kids' pajamas. You will often find on some bolts of fabric, if you like the feel of it, but it will say right at the bottom, not officially rated for children's pajamas. And that's from a flammability standpoint. So just keep an eye out for that if that's something that you are thinking of making. There's so many cute things you can do for the little guys. Again, popping over to my quick sew book, skipping ahead here to the kids, or I guess it's where's kids? Kids, there you are. To the kids section here. Oh, we'll jump back to dad's stuff. Here we have dad's stuff in the book as well. But obviously, children's wear, you can make all those cute little dresses. You can take, there's a pattern there. Oh, I haven't changed my camera feed. I can't hold that up for you. There you go. There's a pattern there that could easily be made into a little fall jacket. So you could do that out of a nice t-shirt knit. You could go a little bit heavier and work into a sweatshirt fleece. So you can make a sweatshirt. Oh, these are big guys. Dawn has pulled a sweatshirt fleece bolt. And then we do have, for the cuffs, the coordinating ribbing that goes on the bottom. These things, anytime you're working with a knits like this and you're making garments, it is so easy. They're so forgiving. And then you know kids, they grow so fast. So they're a super quick and easy project for you. So that would be a really nice one though in the coordinating colors. We'll toss those guys down there. We also have, kind of jumping back, we have a reasonably good selection of rayons as well. And I've got, Dawn has put this one out here and this one. So these, you can see the drape, the wiggle on that. Those are softer and more flexible fabrics. So those are for your nice drapey blouses, soft skirts, even the rayon pants. Debbie was asking about, can't quite see that. Let's see. Debbie wants to know if we're bringing in some more wool felt. Wool felt. Let's see if I can expand that little thing. Yeah, I will see. Smoke color wool felt. You know, Debbie, I'm not 100% sure on that right now, but what I would suggest to do is give the store a phone call tomorrow morning, just after 10 o'clock, and the girls out there on the floor can have a look for you, and Pat in receiving will be back in by then. So if we don't have any on the floor right now, they'll be able to ask Pat and see if it's something that she has on order. Okay, so yeah, just give us a quick phone call tomorrow morning. It's some of the staff has already left for the day right now, but we'll be happy to check with Pat for you to find out. You need 10 more sheets. You must have a big project in mind on that one. What are you making out of your wool felt? That is something, when it comes to fashion fabric, we don't currently have, and that is anything in the wools, like the wool meltons for the capes. We might get something like that coming in. It's not really our specialty. What I wanted to show you today is some of the fun things we do have for making garments. So anyway, yeah, t-shirt knits, sweatshirt fleece, and coordinating ribbing, and the rayons for making the softer, slinkier It's a nice cool fabric, so we're kind of drifting out of that season, but it does give you chance over the winter to sew up some of those nice soft things for next spring and summer, because guaranteed that's going to come around. We have our denim, and now if we're talking outdoor fabrics, what could be cozier? And I've grabbed some here, than cuddle. This is called a cuddle cut, and this is a 60 by 72 piece of fabric. So I'd love to see them, Debbie. Debbie's making mitten ornaments. I like someone who's thinking ahead for Christmas decorations. And I would love to see those, Debbie. A quick hand stitch project for anybody who's interested in that sort of thing. Double check our video library on mysewingroomdot.ca. Because that was something that we did a fair bit of last year as we kind of got into the November, December, is felt ornaments. And you're right, Debbie, tons and tons of fun. I love stitching on felt. I digress. But you know, if you make yourself a wrap out of cuddle, and we have our basic black one back here, just a cape style to throw over your shoulders when you're feeling a little bit chilly but you don't want to put on a full coat. There would be no reason why you couldn't applique something on the front of that in a felt if you're not planning on laundering this, or in a cotton. I mean, Minky obviously is washable, but we don't wash it terribly often. I just think this would be great for a wrap or a shawl or a cape. Even something this size, if it was split into, what would you say, 18 to 24 inches, back that with a coordinating print cotton fabric, just turn it, and you have a shawl or a wrap that you could use over something a little more formal. And we have, it's amazing what's been coming in our quilting fabric with both satin or silver and gold print on it. So getting into the more luxurious, the fancier look to it. But this would make a great, simple little project. The other thing I thought of using cuddle for is the children's wear. I could just see, maybe not the gray, but we just got in a multicolor leopard print cuddle that any little girl would love to have a jacket out of. So it's very easy to sew. It is no harder to sew with cuddle than it is with t-shirt knit. In fact, we did that on Facebook not that long ago. We'd made a little cuddle pillow. So you could make a very simple little zip-up jacket for a daughter or a granddaughter. Put a lining, put a nice cotton lining in it. If you don't, because this can be a little cold on the inside, you could put a flannel lining in it. And then it has a little more stability. I think it would just be adorable. And this one pattern here in the Quick Sew book would be suitable for something like that. If you've never really had a look at clothing patterns, most patterns will tell you what types of fabric are needed for that pattern. So that one there calls for designed for stretch knits only, and cuddle is a stretchy knit. What else do we have? Obviously sweatshirt, hoodies, sweatpants, great little projects for kids. Now, if you have a little more experience with sewing and you want to go to something a little more involved, don't forget we have our waxed canvas and we have our slicker fabric. So here's a cute little kid's raincoat made out of slicker fabric, so it is got a coating on the surface, polyester coating that sheds the moisture. Now this one is just one layer of fabric. You could certainly put a lining in that. Oh, there goes my camera. Wait for it. There we are. We came back. Yeah, you could put a lining in something like that to give it a little bit of warmth. You could put a cuddle lining. You could put a flannel lining. You could put a quilted lining in that and make it a little more extended throughout the season. What else can I show you? Oh, I marked so many patterns in this quick sew book of garments that Vancouver grandkids, yes, that's right. They do get a lot of rain out there. So obviously in any pattern book you have lots of garments, blouses, shirts, skirts. What I kind of wanted to focus on are things that are particularly suitable for some of our alternative fabrics. So there was a couple of like hoodies, jackets. I love making jackets. Something for the denim crowd, overalls. And those I know are also in here right down to baby sizes. Oh, that's so cute. Now we have, this call is suggested for medium weight woven fabrics like twill or denim. Is your traditional, let's do it with the other camera here. Let's get Blue going. Come here, Blue. There is your traditional denim jacket. A little more involved, a sewing project, but that's okay. Not everybody wants simple. And the one below it is just a jacket, simple shaped jacket that you could wear for fall. And depending on the fabrics you use, almost a multi-season shape there. So, does quick sew include seam allowances? They didn't used to. Actually, Debbie, my quick sew patterns, actually they do. My quick sew patterns, they're from the old days, they're multi-size, but I think they do. It was the Berta patterns that did not include your seam allowances, but your pattern envelope will be sure to tell you specifically whether a seam allowance is included on the pattern, so you don't have to worry, you just have to look at that. Debbie's asking if quick sew has a cape. So depending on what you're thinking of for a cape, I have I'll hold this up to the other camera here. There we go. So we have this page in the quick sew pattern book, a selection of cape or poncho style patterns. That gray one is obviously a little more formal, more suitable for a stiffer fabric or something that you quilt. Okay, Debbie, a home ec teacher from the 70s. Yeah, you can handle pretty much any of these. And this one, the poncho on this page, something lighter. I could see that in some of your flannels, something a little softer, almost makes me want to go home. The other thing that things like this are really handy for is if and when we get back to actually teaching classes in person, or maybe you're just sitting for a while in your sewing room. You know how you get kind of chilly? You're working hard at the sewing machine and you can feel that chill across your back and shoulders. That's a great place just to have a little wrap to throw over your shoulders to keep that chill away while it still keeps your arms free. And you don't have to actually get up from your chair and put on a garment. So the other thing, and partly one of the main reasons I decided to talk about this the other day, as I say, I was thinking about socks and cotton fabric. The we just got in a line of tea toweling, 100% cotton tea toweling. The thing about it is, it's 60 inches wide. So Dawn has brought out, whoa, it's heavy too. Dawn has brought out this one. There are some really gorgeous stripes in that. And it is 60 inches wide. Switch you over, look at that. And I'm feeling this and thinking 100% cotton, and I'm thinking, I could make a jacket out of that. Wouldn't that be a comfortable thing to slip on to kind of ward off the chill right now today with the temperatures we have outside? What I suffer from over in my area is the air conditioning. You know, sometimes you're fine if you're moving around, but if you're holding still, you get that chill. And so this has really inspired me. I haven't had time. We just got this in end of last week. That tea toweling, don't be surprised if it shows up as a lightweight jacket, because the feel of it, the texture of it, and the fact that it's cotton, ooh, it's amazing. So Debbie, you're looking for the pattern numbers from the Quick Sew book. For those capes, I have K4222 and K4224. So those are the two different types of capes that are currently in the Quick Sew book. And these pattern companies change some of their pattern selection on basically a seasonal basis. So that's kind of nice. Anyway, I just find it so exciting. One of my favorite things to sew with, which of course we don't have here. It's a little too specialized. I always liked sewing with fun fur because, you know, as long as you got close to the size, it was so light and fluffy and very, very easy to make winter garments, fall garments, lots of garments out of them. So that's what I have for you today. Obviously something that I think is kind of fun. Don't discount clothing, garment making. Don't say, oh, well, that's too hard. If you can piece some of the gorgeous quilts that I know some of you can make, then it's very easy to make clothing for yourself, for your kids, for your grandkids, for your friends. We don't have to stick with flat things. So, well, I just want to run out and buy fabric and start sewing clothing. It is really inspiring. So take a few minutes if you can, pop down to the store, have a look at some of these things in person, fondle the toweling, fondle the cuddle. You're allowed to fondle things. Even with COVID, you can fondle the fabric because viruses don't live on it. That being said, we are still running business as usual here. We're a large enough store. We're sticking to the 30% of fire code regulations. We do ask that you wear a mask, that you sanitize your hands, but we have lots of space for people to stay separate from each other while we still have to. So have fun, everybody. Don't give up sewing. Remember, it's good for your health. And the Mayo Clinic says so. May we all live long enough to use up all of our fabric. Wouldn't that be fun? Till next time, everyone, I think we're going to look forward to Sandy's Wacky Wednesday tomorrow. Take care. Enjoy the weather while we have it. It disappears all too soon. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks for joining us. See if I can find my mouse.